Something shit is, like, you think that shit is real? Like, anybody that got
Cancel culture? You're questioning if the cancel culture is real?
Yeah, it's not real. Like, Michael Jackson will be on trial for facing trigger warning, molestation charges.
You telling me you could be dead and you could still be on trial? How is he gonna defend himself?
Like, gunna snitching. Like, I'm still gonna listen to him. I don't give a fuck. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You get what I'm saying? He snitched on
So
y'all.
you think he did snitch? Like,
When you start talking shit to people on the pod and shit, it's like nobody's ever, even if you do or don't, like, no guy's ever gonna admit that shit on the pod because they ain't trying to fuck this shit up with somebody else. But yeah, let me intro this pod real quick. Welcome back to the Never Famous Podcast, best upcoming podcast in the planet.
Yes, sir.
Episode 1, I think it's like 126 or 7, something like that. So around there, we working, we recording. I'm saying we outside. Another episode. Shout out to the listenership, viewership, all streaming platforms. Like, subscribe, comment.
Love y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, famous family. I'm saying we back another one. This is one obviously particular topic that I feel like has been below repeated or whatever. Y'all asking us like what's going on with the team and all that stuff. So we got more of an explanation and some more stuff coming a little soon within the next couple of weeks. We'll get into it some more. So just be a little patient with me. I just want to make sure things done in the right way. Like, oh, but that canceling shit, like, you think that shit is real? Like, I don't think, no, I haven't seen anybody that got canceled. Why you make that face? I haven't seen anybody that got
cancel culture? You're questioning if the cancel culture is real?
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's not real. Like, you just put your phone down.
It's real, bro. What?
Can you show me somebody that got canceled for something that wasn't valid? Like, they canceled them on some bullshit and then they didn't come back from it?
The only way they come back from it is apologizing. There's a bunch of people that get canceled or people try to cancel them on some bullshit. A lot of the times is because of some bullshit. But I mean,
so you could.
I couldn't give you a better example.
So you saying you could just do some shit and as long as you apologize, it's okay?
Well, from what we've seen, right, with people saying some shit, like for example, Kevin Hart is a good example of that, right? He pretty much got dragged to the ground because of an old tweet.
But I don't think that he really got canceled. I think that even like he still would have gone on tour and when people would have still supported him, watched his movies. I would have still supported him.
That's you though.
Yeah, like, and
but
there's a lot of other people that are very much like me.
He was on the road to getting canceled, right? Because he was supposed to host the Oscars, and when all that stuff happened, the media pushed that. Then they took him off. He was like, "I'm not apologizing. I'm not doing it."
But he had ended up apologizing, and they still didn't put him back on it.
No, well, he did say no. I think the story was that they tried to get him on there or something, but he was like, "Nah." I'm like,
I mean, he did end up apologizing. And they still
I'm not sure if that's how I can't remember too well. But what I do remember is that he didn't want to apologize. He didn't, and then as soon as he did, it was like more like they stopped fucking with Kevin. Pretty much.
I don't think that at all.
And then, okay, I'm gonna give you another example. Dave Chappelle. He in his special, I
think that's the worst example you could have gave. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Dave Chappelle?
Keep going. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
Oh no, with Kevin Hart?
No, with Dave Chappelle. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off.
What you mean? Because
keep going. I'm sorry.
They try to cancel him, right? Mm-hmm. Because the trans community tried to cancel him. Because of certain jokes he said, and then they try to label him as like, he's transphobic, he hates trans people, when he has a trans friend, that even his friend, that trans friend is like, yo, this shit is stupid.
This is
crazy. And he appreciates the joke. But the point is that they were already putting all these crazy labels. Then they wanted to cancel his special off of Netflix. Netflix said no. Then what happened? Netflix employees tried to boycott. That didn't work.
So cancel culture isn't real, is what you're saying?
No,
they tried, but that shit didn't work.
No, cancel.
It's not real, bro.
No, it's real, bro. Because the thing is with Dave Chappelle is that he's one that just stuck to what he said. He's like, yo, he even said, if this is what being canceled feel like, I love it.
Because he didn't do some bullshit. Like he didn't conform. If you do some bullshit, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby.
But see, that's so subjective
and even
now.
them, some of them are still. Bill Cosby got out and he's still being able to like do shows a little bit or whatever.
But that's subjective now, though. Like if somebody did something like on some bullshit, like it could be the smallest thing, but we live in such a sensitive world where that can be like, oh, that's some bullshit. When in reality, it wasn't no bullshit. It was
even
something
if we
small.
don't all follow the same moral compass to a T, I think that there's more or less a ballpark of a moral compass that everybody has more or less an understanding of kind of what's right and what's wrong.
Not in today's world.
I
Not
won't
in
say
today.
every single person because none of us are all the same.
That moral
But I think there's
compass.
more or less somewhere where people, you might not have to follow it, but you know that compass exists. Of like, yo, if I'm out here killing multiple people or a trigger warning, just, you know, harassing multiple, as a man harassing multiple women or doing foul shit, you know that's foul.
I don't know,
Even if
bro.
you're still doing it, but you know that's foul.
I think that moral compass you speak of is more and more like not there. Like, think about it. There's so much shit that's going on right now that it questions our morals. Like,
Shit's always been going on. I think it's always been
right.
Shit has been exactly the same. The only difference is
It's
that
just getting worse.
It's just you can see it more. There's always shit going on your phone. And we was talking about how when we were kids and with snow, how it wouldn't really snow that much. How shit was different when we were kids. But like when we were kids, there wasn't really like that internet and that access of you seeing 101 things on your phone every day. So and you might wake up and you see a celebrity dead, or 3 celebrities might die in one day. A hurricane happened in this country. Whatever happened in this country, and then it's a lot. Like,
right.
It's so much shit coming at you that wasn't coming at you before.
But you said it. Just because you can see it more, that means there's more influence, which then in turn causes more action behind that influence. So not only can you see it more, but there's actually more of it too, because you can see it more. You get me?
I get what you're saying, because I think you are right to a degree where we see people that go on the internet and do wild shit now just to like try to get.
It's the new norm. It's the new norm.
So
think about it. You want to talk about a moral compass? You want to talk about a moral compass? Why the fuck is it a trend now for school shootings? Like that's literally a trend. It became a trend.
Nah, I think that's been happening in America pre.
You don't think school shooting is a trend? No, it's not even about pre-internet or post-internet. It's about you're talking about there's a moral compass. I'm saying that shit barely exists nowadays, because for example of me just saying, school shooting is an actual trend now. If you didn't know, it's an actual trend. People do it more and more in days.
So do you think that like when like Netflix, like the big companies that put out these documentaries and these things, and they put out like serial killer stories and like all these docuseries, like what's my man name?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah, like a Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you think that make I said my man, that wild.
That's your man. You fucking around to eat people on the little.
That's just like some Philly shit of the way of speaking. But boy, like you know what I'm saying, like that. So you think that those kind of things make people do that more? Like what would make people become more like serial killers and shit like that? Because they're being popularized?
Yeah, because you're being exposed to such things. It's like, so take us for example. We can get exposed to that and we'll think like, yo, that's crazy. Like that's wild. But for somebody else, it could spark something, or maybe they even could relate to it just because they may have similar thoughts, and then shit like that makes them act on those impulsive thoughts.
But do you think that there's people that are like, yo, I'm gonna go out of my way to like try to become famous? Now I seen him do that shit. He got super famous and all this other shit, so I'm gonna do that too.
Definitely. You see that with content, not just aside from like the crazy stuff, but you just see that with content that you see on like TikTok, Instagram. It's all an influence. If you think about it, it's all an influence. But like I said, just because like we have internet now, so we're more exposed to it, hence why it causes more of it to go on and also do worse things. Like I said, school shootings is literally a trend, and it happens more and more in this day and age than it ever did back then, if you think about it.
I don't know. I would have to look at the stats. I know it happens way more in America than like in almost any other country, but significantly more.
In America, we're so easily influenced in general. If you think about that too.
I think there's a conscious, like there's a concerted effort to influence us in a certain way that would stop the country from continuing to grow.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think that. Like, I think it's a reason why, like, there's certain shit that gets pushed more than other things. Like, because
Oh,
obviously,
because there's agendas. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna be honest. It is more entertaining to see two people fight than it is to see some motivational shit. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I like watching people fight. Like,
Like the
sorry,
joint
like,
from earlier.
I do, yeah, like a nice respectable fight is alright. Like, now I don't want to see no wild shit all the time, but a nice little, you know what I'm saying, a
A
little
little
scrap.
mix, little, just a
Yeah,
little spice to your life, a little bit, little entertainment. I
yeah,
get it.
it's
I get
alright.
it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what is trending. Oh, from the other day, I saw some shit that I thought was crazy. Like, headlines are funny though, because when you if you just read the headline and don't read the story, you'll be like, and you don't actually
You
go a
already
little more.
form your own story.
Yeah, you go more into, you be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yeah, this is really like, it was made for me to click this shit.
Right, right.
But it's like Michael Jackson will be on trial for facing trigger warning molestation charges again by one of his previous accusers. So when I'm reading this shit, I'm like, this man passed away in like
You telling me you could be
20.
dead and you could still be on trial? That's what you're telling me? How is he gonna defend himself?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, that's fucking
That's
wild. Like,
crazy.
how the fuck? Which I gonna get the hologram of Mike up there?
Right?
Like, what the
Like,
fuck?
get
Like,
the AI version of this nigga. Like,
it just
like,
AI Mike up there trying to figure out how he would.
so how did I even get here? Like,
But he gonna just start singing out that shit. He could probably go sing his way out of that. Out of that shit, start
he
performing.
probably could. You never know.
But no, so I start reading the story some more or whatever, and it's
They want money so bad. Like they still milking this. This guy. It's just the fact. It's so sad. It's just the fact that this guy is dead, and yeah, still, because it's all. I don't care what nobody says. It's all about money. You
yeah.
still trying to get money out of this?
But Michael Jackson will effectively be tried for allegedly molesting choreographer Wade Robson when he was a child in 2005, when Jackson was on trial for molesting another boy. I'm not trying to read all this part, but basically, it's his estate. It's not him per se,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, some old charges and shit.
This is
trying to bring that
crazy.
shit
Did
back.
they say how much they trying to get?
Um, nah, but that's the thing. I don't.
That's
It doesn't say they suing him for bread, but I mean, if they suing
what
his
else he suing
estate,
him for?
yeah, because obviously he can't go to jail at
Right.
this point.
That don't make no sense to me. How is it that a nigga is dead and he can still get sued? But
His estate, his money. I mean, because they're still making money off of him.
true. I mean, yeah, but come on, bro. Like, just be honest. The boy probably like on some shit. He's at his ends. And he's like, yo, I need to find something that like. Let me sue this dead guy. Like, I need some bread. Let me
Not to like be
find-
insensitive or whatever. So just because let's say he hypothetically he did, but like let's say he did get molested by a person that has passed
God
away. Let's
forbid.
take
God
Mike out of it.
forbid.
Just a person that's passed away. Would you feel like it's all right for them to still be able to sue them or no? Because it did happen.
That's a good question. I mean, my thing is, you should have did it right then, and you should have done. Why did it take so long for that to happen? You know what I mean? Like, why did it take so long? Because at that point, it's been so long. Doesn't take away from like the trauma not being there or whatever. But then it's questionable. Like, why'd you wait so long to bring this to light or take this kind of legal action? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you were at least like when you would have done it when he was alive, you could have gone to jail for it. Now it's
Right,
just
right.
straight like cash grab. at
It
this
was
point.
like, did he take him to trial before, or this is like a
Not him. Somebody else.
so this guy is like now coming out of nowhere and accusing him like, yeah, he molested me too, type
No,
of
all right,
thing.
so I guess I should have finished reading the story. So in 2005, when Jackson was on trial for molesting another boy, Robson, the guy who's suing him now,
Yeah.
testified that he slept in MJ's bed with the singer, but nothing happened. In 2013, he changed his story and claimed he was brainwashed. Robson is suing Michael Jackson's corporation, MJJ Productions. MJ is accused of molesting him at the Neverland Ranch when Robson was between the ages of 7 and 14.
See, and then the stories change.
But if he would have, but at the same time, he also was a kid though. So let's say even at his oldest, he was 14. That was what 2005, and so he turns around 21 around there, but in 2013, and he switches his story that he was brainwashed. I mean that could
Who brainwashed by who? Because
whoever was taking care of him at the time that could have gotten paid off and was like, yo, listen,
I
the
mean,
adults that could have been taking care of him.
he could have been brainwashed by his parents too,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
make
Like,
him like,
if his parents got paid off by the estate to be like, yo, chill, that shit didn't happen,
yeah.
then, and now that he's a grown man, he's coming back around like, nah, like I got
Oh, like it's like
brainwashed.
my parents made me like
Yeah,
such and such. Oh, okay.
because
I
we've
mean,
seen that
that's
before with other people.
yeah, that's definitely a tough one. Then that's definitely a tough one because parents, when it comes to the money, they can do that. Look what happened to what's the boy name from Home Alone?
Oh,
They definitely like milked him for
pause.
his bread. Pause. They definitely.
Yeah,
Nah,
that
but
shit
it's
that
true though. His parents like that
young
shit.
boy was like 6 and had like 6 movies out. He was,
He was getting that
he
sack,
was
bro.
outside, bro.
What? Nigga, he walked in the lunchroom buying everybody lunch. Like, he was juice box for everybody.
Oh
But
shit.
that's sad though. Your own parents like
Would that
just
make you stop?
monetize you.
What? So let's say that shit is true. You gonna stop listening to Mike? Like at this point, he passed away. All this other shit. So you gonna stop listening to it?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Like I will still enjoy his music, but I just that doesn't mean I support his actions. That's what a lot of people get.
You can separate one thing with the other.
Yeah, I could definitely because being realistic, like you can't take away the man's talent. Like I understand. Say these things were true, his actions weren't. You don't do that shit, obviously, but that doesn't take away the fact that the guy was freaking talented as hell. Like he is the king of his genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could separate it, but not with that. With molesting little kids, I can't separate that shit. I don't really listen to Mike. I'm not that I don't know what happened
Not
because he
not
never got actually proved that he did that shit. So
yeah.
whatever.
I
But
don't condone
there's
it,
certain
but
shit like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby shit, no. But there's certain people like
no, like if it's I'm speaking more in terms of like giving him credit for his like his music career in a sense. But
yeah. But even if you're talented, there's certain shit that I'm
you
like,
just don't
there's no level of talent that can surpass the wild shit you did while you was alive.
yeah, nah, yeah, if he
Like R. Kelly, nah, I'm sorry, bro. You can't surpass that. Bill Cosby, like,
but
you ain't funny enough, bro. I'm sorry, you can't
there's still
surpass that
people that
shit
still listen to him that like
for them, but not
yeah,
for me.
but it's just because they know that he's no longer getting money for this, so it's like I guess that gives them a certain peace of mind of like okay, I guess this is okay because he's not getting paid for me actually, like I'm not contributing to his success, I guess, by listening to his music because he's not getting paid for it anymore.
I don't know. I can't use that logic.
I definitely don't condone those things though, for sure, I definitely don't condone them.
I don't condone this either, but the only time where I do that shit is like Gunna snitching. Like I'm still gonna listen to him. I don't give a fuck. That don't got nothing to do with me. You get what I'm saying? He snitched
So
on
you think
y'all.
you think he did snitch? Like you?
I don't know, and I don't give a fuck. Like we see how we was just listening to him. Like, look, now I'm learning how to be a rat. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, he bombed the bathroom, bro. Like, it's too small in here for you to be bombing this joint. Like, we got enough space in here, but like, it's too small for you to be bombing this joint.
Damn, 6'9".
Yeah, 6 is fucking
Bro,
Gunna mixed
you
with
just
Gunna
need the
9 and
rainbow
shit.
hair. That's it. That's all you
Right, I'm
need.
telling you. You broke the whole top off the toilet and shit, bro.
No, I did
Yes,
not.
you did. I just want to make the record show very clearly that was not me. He fucked that shit up.
Wow.
I
Okay.
almost passed out in that joint.
Nah.
I had to pee like, yo, we about to start. I'm like, all right, let me pee real fast.
That's crazy. It be your own boys, yo. It be your own boys.
Exactly. That's the same thing Young Thug said. It be your own boys.
That is true. All right, your name is you gonna be you the gun of the podcast now.
Oh shit. The listenership know I be riding like a motherfucker.
Nah, that's crazy. You threw me under the bus. I hurt my feelings low key. Nah, but for real though, if you think about it, even with Gunna snitching, people are still like you just proved the point. You're still listening to him.
Yeah.
But don't you think that changes the dynamic of like, all right, well, I guess we're allowing this shit now. Like, there's more funny because look, 6ix9ine is. I want to. You can say he's successful. He's still, got his shit going on and whatnot. He's still getting paid. He's out of jail. I mean, he has to live a different life, but
Yeah.
it's like
Not really.
it's kind of like,
He move around regular.
but it kind of shows you like the rap game is definitely
There's mad raps and there's mad
changing.
rats in the rap game. No, the only difference between 6ix9ine and Gunna is that Gunna's music is actually good. Like 6ix9ine, the only thing that made 6ix9ine music like digestible was the people that were behind him. So when you get that extra hype feeling of when you listening to his old shit, like that shit when it was out, it's like you be all hype and shit. You be feeling like a blood member and shit. There's a whole bunch of people. You get the energy, so you just be hyped. But if you really listen to it, the lyrics weren't nothing crazy. The song wasn't really nothing crazy. With Gunna, his music's actually good, so it's easier for people to still support him. And he didn't and he still hasn't really sat fully on the stand yet. And like, yeah, him.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Kind of.
Talking about legal stuff in that, you remember Travis Scott when that whole tragedy, all those people dying?
Yeah, but I didn't know 10 people died in that in the Astro World.
The Astro World.
Thing.
So
A couple years ago, the
festival. They just they said, hold on, let me just confirm.
Man, they're not charging him for it. I saw that story vaguely.
Yeah, so
10 people died, a few people got hurt.
It's like cleared without criminal charges after Astro World tragedy. I'm like, interesting. Well, so how do you feel about that? Like, do you think he should be charged with what's going on? I mean, because they were saying that, oh, he should have stopped things or he was aware, but he didn't stop. Like,
I saw that story earlier, and I was reading. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's a bad example, but I just try to think of like events like where there's a lot of people and like people get trampled and shit like that. And the first shit that came to my mind was like Black Friday. People die on Black Friday almost every year. People get trampled when they open but that's a stretch because I feel I'm comparing a festival to something that happens nationwide. I can't really think of other things where like people really get trampled like that for me to like compare it to something. But I don't know. I don't think that he should have got charged for it. I think it was cool. Like not like cool, but I think like he should be straight.
But that's crazy though. Imagine like you go to a concert and just to.
I'm never in the front.
I mean, this is gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, but I've never been to a concert before. But
I think that shit is fun as fuck.
I don't want to imagine going to one and then that'd be like my last concert because you know what I mean. Like that's terrible. But I guess if anybody should pay a consequence, it should be, I guess, the people who organize everything, or I guess the staff, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, the venue, because
because he's performing, he can't really like. I mean, he can say like, "Yo, stop," but like, if you're performing, you're just worried about pleasing the crowd. You know what I mean? Not just. I don't know if he saw what was going on or not. Supposedly he did, and he just kept going, but I could only imagine how like devastated their families must feel.
Because that was one of the biggest, like most attended, like music festivals in Texas, or at least like hip hop festivals.
In
like,
Texas,
like yeah, as it continued to grow, it was getting bigger and bigger every year. Like a lot of people going to that, and he has a great show. I've seen him before, and I saw him early before. Like, and he had a great show like years ago. So and I can't imagine now that he got even more music out. He's got better performing and all that shit. So it's dope. It's a lot of energy and shit. But like on some like concert etiquette shit, like you got to know what kind of artist you want to see. If you're going to see like a Travis Scott, you wear shitty shoes and you make sure you hydrated because there's a whole bunch of fucking people, all this other shit. And I personally don't stand in the front of these kind of shows.
So is that like, because like I said, I've never been to a concert before. So is that like is that kind of like a rule you want to follow for safety reasons?
It is like, my concert etiquette. Let me phrase
my concert etiquette.
Because there's obviously people in the front that are jumping on top of each other and all this other dumb shit. I don't get into none of that shit. Cause I'm like, but I don't like people touching me. That shit makes me uncomfortable. So I find a nice spot where I can see with my blind ass. I get close enough to where I can see, but like where I'm not on top of each other. Like ain't nobody jumping on me, all that shit. Make sure you wear shitty shoes if you at a festival for sure. Definitely wear shitty shoes, like shoes you don't care about getting dirty. Cause
I gotta take notes. I gotta like write this shit down.
If you go to like an R&B show, you chilling, you good.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine that shit. R&B show being crazy.
I don't really go to festivals though.
No,
that's the shit. I don't really know too much festival etiquette because they not for me.
No.
So yeah, it's too much shit going on.
What would you say is the difference? I mean, isn't it?
Small, like, cause you feel it's more intimate. It's like it's a smaller. It's not even about the intimacy. It's the seating. That's what it is. Cause I've been to stadium shows that like 60,000 people, 70,000 people, but they're seating, so it's calmer. And even then, I see fights break out. That's just crazy as fuck too.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Well, what kind of concerts do you like more? Would you like, as opposed to like R&B concerts or like hip hop, rap?
I think it's like a mood type genre, but I guess I would say, I guess R&B. My favorite kind of show is comedy show. Comedy shows that are the best shows, period.
I've
But
been
I know
dying
it's
to
like
go to
different. That's
one.
like that.
I've been dying. I need to get that one off the bucket list too. It's still a comedy show. I heard that it's just like it's better in person. Like it's
Yeah,
better
yeah,
to
yeah.
enjoy.
When you in the room and you get that atmosphere and like
Yeah.
it's more contagious. Everybody's like it's just very good energy and shit. It's fun.
What's a what's the R&B artist would you say is like your alter ego? Like
No, I don't. That doesn't exist for me.
that doesn't? Nah.
No, I know what you're about to say already because
What?
you gonna say Brent Fires. Get the fuck out of here, fucking loser, nigga. You don't get no bitches. Fuck out of here.
Nah, you right. You right. I don't. I don't get none of that.
The first thing when you start talking shit to people on the pod and shit is like ain't nobody's ever, even if you do or don't, like no guy's ever gonna admit that shit on the pod because they ain't trying to fuck that shit up with somebody else.
Nah. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I don't.
Oh,
I be chilling. I'm to myself.
no, I'm to myself. It's like, nah, let me look at you fucking rat now.
Yo, you like you conmigo, loco. Dime, what I do to you? You just been trying to throw me under the bus the whole
I got a
time.
lot of energy today.
I got a lot of energy.
Yeah, and I just
He
keep
said I got a lot of
drinking
rat
Monster.
energy today. I just want to snitch on people.
And I keep drinking Monster and shit. Yeah, I ate a little slice of pizza with no cheese on it earlier. You know the vibes. You know
No,
the dairy
stop,
vibes.
you ain't Master Splinter. You got it. You got it. Yeah. I'm gonna wait till like the most worst times to like snitch on you, bro. I'm gonna
You put me on blast.
I'm gonna put you on super blast, bro. Pause.
You gonna me with a shorty and be like, yo, is that the show? You know that's not. You gonna say the wrong name,
Right,
Yo,
on
that's
purpose,
Ashley.
like
Bro, you know that.
this Ashley, right? The way you was talking about. Oh, it's one of the. I'm bad with names. Don't.
No, fuck, bro. What's her
Oh.
name? You told me her name. You know, there's 6 different.
It was Natalie. This is definitely not. Oh no, it's not her. Oh damn. Has your mom ever did that shit to you, bro?
Nah, hell no. My mom was thorough as fuck.
No, my mom
was super thorough.
My mom did that to me one time. I'm not gonna lie.
That is foul.
I'm like, yo. I was like, She was like, I'm bad with names. I always forget. What's your name? I'm like,
When you at the keep that shit to your motherfucking self.
Yo.
Do not say that shit. What the
my
fuck?
mom is supposed to be the most loyal one on my team, bro. When I tell you she hit me with the oh my gosh, that shit looks so
The
bad.
thing is that your mom is loyal, the most loyal person on your team, but she's a woman first. So you got to think about it like, all right, you the most loyal person on my team, but you you got to know your mom. You got to know like whoever the woman is, like.
But it's not even.
Mom was my mom's solid. She not gonna do that. Like, even if she was she should stop. Like she wouldn't even.
No, not my mom, but she made that shit so bad.
I wouldn't even say their name type shit unless that was my girl. It was like my mom was just happened to see me with the girl, whatever, like in the crib.
The
I wouldn't do shit.
funny thing is that like, it's not like I have brought a bunch of women to my mom like that. That it takes a lot for me to do that. Number one. So for her to do that, I was like, yo, you don't understand how bad you made me look. And then the person I was talking to at the time, you even brought it up to, and she was like, oh, so you seem to have some kind of roster there, huh? Your mom can't remember the names? I'm like, nah, it's not like that. Like, she's just bad with names.
Not gonna believe you. There's nothing you can say at that point that like get her to believe you.
No, nah.
You cannot talk your way out that shit.
Bro, it was... I did, because, I mean, honestly, I was honestly speaking, I did speak out of that, but I can tell it was still like, look, like, I could tell she didn't believe me all the way.
Obviously, you're not with her today. She obviously did.
Yo, definitely did it.
No, that shit was a dub.
Super dub. That's all good, though. Shit happens for a reason.
Let's get into some more stories. What else is going on? 2 strippers were allegedly followed home and robbed at gunpoint after earning $10,000. They definitely earned more than $10,000. It was in after a BT weekend and shit in LA.
Wait, what? 2 strippers got robbed?
Yeah,
How
this
did
is a video.
happen?
Damn, we said this is a video we could have pulled up.
There's a video on it?
Bro, they definitely followed them home and followed them back to wherever they were staying at and robbed the shit out of them because, bro, strippers be making mad bread.
You
And you
gotta
can see it in the video. I'm gonna say, oh, right here.
you gotta be down bad
Yo, Shorty was
to rob some
tight.
strippers, bro. Like,
Bro, watch this. So Shorty, you see the Shorty in the green on the left. She's sick. You can tell she's like mad, like, cause like at that point, like you know that they're not gonna shoot you, but like they might punch you or something. They might
right.
hit you, whatever. But like I don't think those guys would have shot her. But you could tell she was definitely mad. Like yo, like she stripped her ass off for that motherfucking money, and they just came and robbed them.
Wow, bro. Look, they just standing there like,
Shorty in the green on the left side. You could tell like she's sick.
wow. You know how down bad you gotta be to
Other
rob
times
some
got 6'9"
strippers,
hair.
bro? That's crazy.
I think that happens a lot more regularly than what like people talk about.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why is not on
You
video
know what?
like
Maybe
that?
it doesn't happen like regularly. Maybe that's a bad word to
That's
use.
not
But
something.
I like it sounds fucked up, but I wouldn't be surprised, bro. They be making bread, bro,
I mean, yeah, but damn.
and they be flexing. Yo, don't the only that they flex like Nigerian scammers, bro. Strippers, bro, they be
It's like
flexing. You see them shit? They be posting the floor all this bread and shit.
I mean, but at that point, it's like it's on them too. Like that's their fault because you know people watch. People watch.
Ain't nobody supposed to be robbing women. That's not like you saying you're not supposed
Not
to be
at
doing that shit.
all. Not at all. But the fact that you have to sit there and rob a stripper, like,
That's funny.
I mean, it's a recession. You know, shit is. That's how you know shit is bad, bad. Like,
We're not in no recession.
we low key in one, and then there's
We've been
predictions.
flirting with-
Yeah, but there's been a lot of talks that like, yeah, we are gonna fall into
She
one.
been
It's
that
like,
drunk bitch at the end of the bar, like trying to look at you and she give you the eye for a minute. She been there, and then you just ducking your head like I'm not drunk
like,
enough for this bitch.
no.
Yeah, let me.
You're trying to avoid eye
yes.
contact. Yes, bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she been there for a minute, the whole night since you got there. She been there. I've been seeing that like, oh, we supposed to go into a recession and all this shit. But you know what I saw like the the news or whatever that Airbnbs are going down. Like people are using Airbnb less in specific cities. Like I think it was like Phoenix. It was a whole bunch of cities that said that it is going down. So they're predicting that it should be a market where a lot of people are going to be selling homes again and shit gonna be moving around. So
Yeah, I
see what's
mean,
up.
coming from my experience, me being a licensed agent in Jersey, like the inventory is trash right now. Like it's trash, and like everybody's scared to buy homes. Everybody's scared of rates right now. But it all depends. Like everything is a market, right? And we know that markets they have their own ways of acting. You know, it can go up, it can go
Change.
down, it could change. Like it's always changing. You can never really truly predict it, but you can get an idea. And so right now they're trying to bring more inventory into the game and yes, Airbnb it could be true that there's less of it, but like I said, Airbnb in itself, it's a market in itself. So right now with how everything is going, how you know, pretty much I feel like the media and everything around us is just putting that fear, then it's gonna cause less traffic in real estate in general. But if you think about it though, like if you turn on your investor hat, like if you put your investor hat on, it's like this is a good opportunity because there's less competition, you know?
No.
Like it's gonna be harder to find good deals, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't find a good deal. It's all about finding I don't want to say needle in a haystack, but just looking through all the
Just not jumping in the shit.
exactly. Talking about that though, I hope that doesn't change in DR because I know the market for Airbnb in DR is pretty nice, especially with everything that's moving
Well,
or
yeah,
all the new stuff over there because that's where I have the property at currently.
the story was about American cities. It wasn't Airbnb
American
as,
cities?
as a company. It was American cities.
And see, there you go. Like even in the U.S., there's different markets when it comes to real estate. You know, in this area, it's not looking too good as far as properties goes, but in this area, properties are still booming. Matter of fact, it's been higher than before. It just all depends. When it comes to real estate, it's always you'll hear that cliche of location, location, location. That is very true. Very true, because there's different markets and different locations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that shit, that recession shit is crazy. They're predicting that it's gonna be similar to like what we had in 2008.
I was too young to like really
Really,
know
no, yeah,
how that shit is affect like how it really affected like the adults at that time and shit.
yeah. But we're gonna be the ones talking about it now.
Yeah,
It's just,
how it's affecting us.
yeah, it's crazy. Like these things that we've gone through is gonna be in history books, and they're gonna be learning about us. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like the C word, the follow the C word that we not allowed to say. I don't know if we can say it on mic and shit. But that's what I'm saying. That little 3 year period we just went through is going. They gonna look back at us like we was fucking crazy. Like, bro, we really got finessed into staying in the house, and a lot of us got finessed into getting a jab, including my stupid ass. They hit me with a double jab.
I
Fucking
got hit with the double
stupid.
jab too. But the thing is like that shit was crazy because with the job where I work at now, they like during the hiring process, they told me like, yeah, if you don't get it, like this can pretty much like jeopardize your hiring process. They're pretty much telling me like, if you don't get the jab, we're not hiring you. Like you
Yeah.
need some kind of excuse.
When I lived in Jersey, yeah, I had that. I had the same shit. Like when
I
I went
was
to get a
like,
job, definitely made me send them a picture of my shit.
and then I think in that same month too, they told me that it wasn't mandatory. I'm like, I already just got jabbed up, and y'all telling me now y'all not pushing it. Like
Fucking
that's some bullshit.
arm sore as shit off this fucking.
Is that what happened? Like I only got like a sore arm, like a little bit. Like my
Yeah,
shoulder was a little sore, but other than that, I didn't like get sick or I didn't.
luckily, because we young, but it's people that got sick off of. Let's not even get into that conversation.
Yeah,
Get this episode demonetized and shit for no reason.
Jamie Foxx.
You wasn't supposed to repeat what he said, bro. They can't hear him. I don't think they can. At least I don't think his mic is on. But you wasn't supposed to repeat that.
It could be cut off anyway.
Yeah, I was just gonna ignore that shit. Just keep reading what I was about to read because he talking about he just said some shit that I haven't even heard of, and like now that's some conspiracy theory. Like, all right, so we talking about Jamie Foxx because now we gotta add context. Fuck it, we just I don't think they won't fuck us up for that.
I'm not gonna
But
lie.
he just got sick, and he didn't. I'm assuming that he didn't just get the vaccine. Why the fuck would he just get the vaccine now?
For production, they were requiring it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and like, all right, next topic. My man's not here. The Supreme Court ruled colleges and universities can no longer use race as a factor in admissions, upending decades of precedent. They sent me a whole little Apple News story about this. I thought that was interesting though. I think it's interesting that you can use before you could use you can even use that as something that help you get into colleges. Or
Yeah.
I guess maybe for some people it might hurt them too. I don't really know.
Affirmative action, isn't that the name of it? That's the reason why they've been doing it.
That's what affirmative action is.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of that, but let me see. There's so much shit to like. It just be hard to remember shit. Affirmative action in the context of the allocation of resources or employment, the practice or policy of favoring individuals belonging to groups regarded as disadvantaged or subject to discrimination. So you think it'll make it harder for people like non-white Americans to get into college?
In which way? I think it depends on how you phrase that question.
Yeah, because after I finish that, yeah, because I don't their test scores aren't gonna drop, but they're I think they'll have less.
So pretty much what's changing is, in theory, what affirmative action did was the barrier to entry was lowered for certain groups. So now, in theory, if it works as it's supposed to be, what people are afraid of is that white people and Asians particularly will continue to score higher. So they're going to start to dominate the presence in those schools.
Which they kind of do in a lot of schools already anyway.
Which they do, but technically with some of these laws as they were, the opposite was taking place, where maybe if you were Asian and you had to score higher, you weren't getting into even though you were doing better because they were giving spot to somebody else. So I think it depends on how you view it. One group will get hit or not, at least this way in theory. Everybody has to do it the same way.
Yeah.
So
I feel like if going solely by that logical theory that they're not going to use that, then yeah, that makes sense. But I also thought in the way that it could negatively affect them, and like they maybe can get less grants or less financial help to maybe get into those colleges that those colleges might offer to those disadvantaged groups, whatever.
but they were offering those grants. No, because most grants don't come from the colleges. A lot of them don't. Some of them do. Many don't. So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see it because I think if I go from a logic perspective, in theory, it sounds, hey, this is gonna be if you deserve to make it and you score what you're supposed to score, you get in. Doesn't matter what your race is. So from a fairness perspective, it's technically the fairest. The problem is that these things are run by humans, and humans are flawed. So there's no way of knowing if they are gonna take into consideration someone's race when making a decision. So.
I
Yeah.
feel like if it was fairly equal enough to where everybody that scores the same score got the same level of admission, then it would be cool. Because then it's like, all right, then I would just say like that's on you to work harder. Like if it was equally fair and like logical, which shit in life, nothing is fair in life. But if it was, then it's like, all right, cool, because I got a 900 on my or 1,000 on my SAT score. You got a 1,000. What if we got the same score, so we both get in, or neither of us gets in, no matter our race or shit.
Correct. So that's what was argued, and that's the reason why the
taking
stuff
it
got
away?
reversed. Correct. So that's what the schools were saying. Because then it got tricky. Because now you have to think about it. If you're the school now, and I'll have to figure out some type of algorithm to give room to somebody based on race. In theory, I'm creating some form of discrimination while making that decision by giving somebody an opportunity based on their race. Because that
Because of
means
the
in order to select someone based on race, I need to discard another race. The reason why people weren't up in arms is because the race that was being discarded in theory was white and Asians.
because I think that on average they normally make more than the others and some of the other groups, and they might be able to afford these colleges more. So it's like you kind of disadvantage.
But
Like,
the issue wasn't even the affording. It was the admission. It was just making it. So just being good enough to get into it is the argument.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think that that's also made to help that where a lot of people can't really afford to go to college. So that helps those groups that can, because that's the whole word of affirmative action is disadvantaged groups. So like I feel like it would help them because they for the most on average they can't afford to go to college unless they have some of these things that can help them get in there into the schools. I don't know if those things help them pay for the school. That's what I would want to know. Like,
No, this is
how
not-
that can affect.
This is for admissions. So this is just getting accepted. So this was just getting into Harvard, for example. That was kind of
Because if it's just solely based off admission, nothing to do with money, then yeah, that's. I don't know. It's a good job, but look. But I'm a rat, but he been bombing that John. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all see this? Look. Not even, I wonder if they can hear the flesh. That's hilarious. And you know how hard it is, bro. I be trying to not shit in public. Like when I have to go back outside around and be around other people. Oh, bro, that's the fucking worst. When you got to shit at a party or some shit, like at a house party, like or some shit like that. And then you gotta go back outside and be around people. I'm like, bro, at that point, I just want to go home. Like, I don't even really want to be around y'all because I just feel weird. Like, I don't know how to describe the feeling that I feel after I take a shit, but I just like to be alone after. That's like an intimate moment for me. Like after that shit, I'm like, yo, I need at least like a 5-minute buffer or like a 10-minute buffer of after me taking this shit before I can be around people. Like, I need some type of time. Yeah.
Clearly, I didn't do something right.
Yo, I want to hit that taco spot by your mom crib. Fire, man. I love going over there. Every time I go,
What tacos about?
where we went, I got the burrito and shit. That time damn, I don't remember what time it was. Anyway, Mexican food top tier.
Definitely.
Especially like South Jersey has a lot of very good Mexican spots.
Damn, what's about?
I just can't remember the
Oh,
name
the
of it.
one that's across the street from my barbershop.
Yeah, I don't want you to say the name because your mom live right there, like around there. So
Yeah, no, I
don't
know,
want
I
you to say
know. Damn, they got some good food. Their Cuban sandwiches, bro.
Cuban sandwiches at a Mexican spot.
Yes.
I don't really eat Cuban sandwich because they got some kind of pork. They got like roast beef or some shit. I can't remember what it was in it, but
I can't remember what's in it.
Like
All I know is that they make a hell of a sandwich, bro. Like that sandwich is
a great burrito too.
top tier. Give
Was
it a
it-
shout out, but I forgot the name.
Yeah, don't. I mean, even if you remember,
Nah, don't.
Shout outs on this John. You know what I'm saying, what's your top 5 favorite foods?
Top 5.
Well, give me like a top 3 because five is a lot.
Yeah,
Give me
5
top
is.
3.
I'm basic, bro. Like I like pizza, I like wings.
It's like the same genre. That's like rap and mumble rap. Like it's still rap.
Rap.
But
It's still
like,
rap.
yeah,
All right.
it's
Well,
like
yeah. Pizza wings. Let me see. Tacos is definitely up there, and
Mexican food or tacos. Like the one particular.
oh, if it's like that,
No, yeah, I'm saying like full catalog of food. Like their full menu. Like the.
I would say tacos, and then definitely like no, but that's
Not your
what you're saying.
favorite meal. I'm not top 3 favorite. All right.
Oh, just okay. It would definitely be
Favorite foods.
Yeah, it would definitely be. So then what? Pizza and wings is like what? That's like
Yeah, I guess fuck
American.
Yeah, I mean, but then even that's debatable. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's some bullshit. You right? We still everything in America. Everything in America is fucking stolen. Well, I wouldn't say stolen, but it's just like because it's.
I think majority of this shit is stolen for real. For real. I mean, look at the land is stolen itself. Like, what makes you think everything else?
Nah, I would just say
Won't be.
So many people have come here like free willing, so it's more like mixed.
Nah, but pizza and wings is my shit. Definitely tacos and like Chinese food is like up there for me. Like that's.
But like, you like the hood Chinese spots, or you like
The
what
hood
kind of-
Chinese spots, bro. That be the
That's poverty, brother.
nah.
that
That's poverty.
shit.
Out you gonna tell me that
No, I
the
still
Chinese?
get there, gang. I'm broke. I'm not talking.
No,
I'm just
it's not
saying.
even about being broke. I'm talking about like they be hitting, bro. Like
It's only because we poor, bro.
if you go,
You
I'll
gotta
tell you
make sure
this
to start
right
restaurant,
now.
be like, nah, I cannot keep eating this bullshit.
Nah, gang. If you go to a Chinese spot in like suburban area and then go to the
It's
hood,
different.
it's not gonna be the same, bro. The hood joint is gonna taste way better than the one in the suburban joint. Like, I can tell you from experience. I can tell you from experience, it hits different. The ones from the hood is always gonna be better. Might not be the most sanitary, but it's gonna be better though.
Yo, the more unsanitary the food is, like the better it tastes.
Right?
I don't.
Like the spots gotta be like
The more germs that are added onto my food is just like it just tastes better. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like,
it sounds like some crazy shit to say when you say it out loud, but like there's truth behind it. Because if you think about it, like take DR for example, you know, like the little carts that be on the side of the road. That not all of them are good, but there be some that like they're sanitary with their food and they hit, as opposed to eating from a restaurant.
I don't really. You see,
From my
and
experience.
now in DR a little scary for me though. To be eating over there. I try not to just eat anywhere in DR.
No, you definitely gotta be careful. Yeah,
A little scarier.
definitely gotta be careful. But like,
And you know what? I say that, and I'm too trusting of like the halal trucks in America. I'm way too trusting of them joints. Like, not to say that I ever seen or whatever anything fun, but I'm just a truck. Like, dude, since we talking about food trucks or whatever,
Yeah.
I
man,
I fuck with the halal trucks.
talk about halal trucks.
They better than like the halal restaurant. That's another. If we talk
For
about
sure.
what's better in the same food but in different locations, halal trucks are way better than halal spots, like the restaurants or whatever.
For sure,
Trucks
because
way better.
for me, halal food is like one of the best. I don't even know what to call it. Like, what's the word for it? Like, post drunk meal. Like,
Oh yeah.
what's the word? What's
Yeah, he's opened up another comment. That's a good joint. What's some good drunk meals?
drunk meals? That halal food is definitely one for me. That shit sobers me up so fast.
Some tres golpes hit when you drunk too.
Tres golpe, oh,
Cause it's like it's just like a heavy meal. Pause.
Tres
I don't know if it's
golpe.
pause, but-
that's a great. That's not even a pause
I
moment.
think it was whatever.
You be pausing for the
I
smallest
overthought it.
joints.
I overthought it. I just
Nah, I be questioning you sometimes. It's like we
Yo, my mind is in the gutter. I'm not
Bro.
gonna lie. Like 75% of the time, that's what I'm like. My mind starts in the gutter and then works its way down. Like
It's
that's just
like-
my shit is just always up there. I don't know, bro. Just any word.
It's like we talk about food and that's where your mind went, bro. Like
I said heavy. And
we might have to talk about that outside of the pod, I'm a gang. I'll be there for you. It's okay.
no, don't, bro. We don't gotta talk about this. Oh,
Nah,
shit.
but tres golpe definitely be hitting when you like
It
drunk.
just fried should be hit.
Fried shit in general, right?
Yeah,
What is
it's
it about?
terrible for you, but
Definitely, but what is it about fried food that you think is like the oils and shit that absorbs like the liquor, I guess? I don't know. Like what is it? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I feel there has to be like some scientific shit to it or something.
Definitely bread. Bread is good to eat when you drunk because that absorbs.
That's not a real. That's not a, like.
That's not a real thing?
No, motherfuckers be like, yo, I'm gonna just eat bread, just eat a random ass piece of white bread. Like, no, you fucking dumb dickhead. Like, eat like a sandwich or
Damn,
some shit.
why gotta be all that
Bro,
though?
if you drunk, you think you like, all right, because the bread, they say the bread absorbs it, right? It absorbs it and just leaves it. And like, now it's just one in one spot, but it's still.
It's still there. It's still
Yeah, what the fuck? Like,
I mean,
eat a whole
when you put it in that
shit
perspective.
processed or whatever. When you get it out of you, or like, fuck, I lost my thought. You made me forget. Talking about that stupid ass bread shit.
What's your what did you say yours was? What's your go-to?
Tres
golpe. But you eat it without the cheese, right? Because you can't eat cheese.
Yeah, without the cheese, I eat some.
So it's dos golpe then.
Fucking eggs and shit.
Aside from that, though.
Aside from what?
Like los tres golpe. What else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I be eating when I'm drunk. I haven't been drunk eating like that. That was my shit too. Oh, the chimney trucks used to hit. I'm to go back. I'm gonna think about my oceans. I don't eat.
You can't get a chimney from just anywhere though. Like.
Yeah, nah, I definitely can't do that. Not, at least not in Philly. In Philly, you can't get a chimney.
There's not a lot of spots in Philly that I know of that make a good chimney. Aside from that one truck, I only know
one or two trucks in North.
Yeah.
New York got some New York chimneys though.
That's different.
Yeah, because it's so many trucks, so many Dominicans and shit. I don't know. New York be having everything mixed though. You can get Chinese. Like some of the best Chinese food I got was like mixed with it's like Chinese and Dominican food in the same restaurant, like mixed together type shit. I don't know. That shit was fire. I don't remember the name of that place.
That's crazy to think that like two cultures like blending the food.
Dominicans is some thieves. Dominicans gonna steal some shit. They stole spaghetti and we steal shit and put our sauce on it. Fucking spaghetti,
like sushi and shit.
Yeah, sushi, a whole bunch of
That's
shit.
one thing, but they got creative because they was using like plátano and what else? Salami
no, it'd be fire. I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying we some thieves. Like
that's true. We definitely do be stealing shit for sure.
Yeah. So you said we were talking about before. We in a recession, but it's for like trending towards a recession. But this still some 2023 shit. They sold a handbag for $63,500. That's smaller than a grain of salt. It's a Louis Vuitton handbag.
This is a handbag.
Yes.
That's smaller than a. Is that even considered a handbag? Like, it's a finger bag.
It's in your hand. Like.
But it's smaller than a grain of salt.
A minuscule handbag measuring less than 0.03 inches wide or 657 by 222 by 700 microns. What the fuck? I never heard something described like
that defeats the purpose of a bag. Okay, better question. Who the fuck bought this?
It's a fluorescent yellow-green tote. Appears it's a Louis Vuitton bag. Appears to be based on a popular Louis Vuitton design, and it's smaller than a grain of salt. So,
who buys a bag smaller than a grain of salt for 63? How much?
63,500. But I feel like, I mean, the person who probably made that shit probably bought it, and it was like, yo, if I can buy this bitch and I can get enough press around it, and I can get other people to buy this shit, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm good. Because technically, I'm not really I'm spending my money with myself.
What are you gonna do with a grain of salt sized tote bag? What do you do with it?
It's a flex.
Do you even like put it somewhere? Like, what you gonna lose that shit within like a gust of wind? Like, it's gone. That's it. 63,000 just flying. You don't even know where that shit went.
You gotta keep that bitch in a box or some shit, like in a souvenir, like in the next to like a something that you like something.
You need a magnifying glass. You need a magnifying glass to tell somebody this is what I paid $63,000 for.
You walk into somebody's house, it's their baby pictures, and then it's like
this little ass thing.
Yeah.
Te digo que la gente, like, people. If somebody actually bought that, like,
I mean, shit, they said somebody did, but I mean, we can't believe everything they.
Yeah. But, bro, that's ridiculous. That is like up there, like number one on the stupidest shit you can ever buy in this world. $63,000 for a grain of salt.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all for tuning. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me? I don't even know if they can hear me. I was about to tap it hard, but I was like, chill. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share it. We appreciate y'all for the love, the support every episode, the listenership, viewership. We got a lot of content coming. I got a lot of dope shit coming. Maybe some merch coming. Definitely some merch.
Definitely some merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I'm Audi. It's Vinny.
And let us know in the comments again any topics you wanna bring up, any topics you want us to talk about, touch on. Let us know. Stay active in the comments.